Hello, guys. Welcome to the ninth episode of our Spooktacular playthrough double feature of Silent Hill F. I'm Teacher, and also happy belated Veterans Day to those that have served in the armed forces, as well as other areas of authority as well too. Thank you for your services, especially to my dad as well too. Big ups to him. Did his full 20 in the U.S. Navy from '74 to '94. Did his thing for a couple more decades. Trying to make a living in California, and he's happily retired these past few years. But we're gonna head into this right here. The last episode was really graphic, and if you recall, um, Hinako. Well, there's a reason why her dress is all messed up. So Hinako, more or less, in the dark realm, whatever you call that, went into this this physical but also mental transformation where she first thing she did was she amputated her right arm and they grafted some sort of like white werewolf looking arm that made her much stronger, and also underwent like through a branding of some sort as well too. I mean, we're in the real world right now in Ebisugaoka, but in the dark realm there's like the big symbolic brand of some sort in the back of her head, and also they took off part of her face and grafted a fox mask on her, or a bunny mask of some sort. And so the next time we go to the dark realm, I think that's more of a spiritual. There's a word for it, like some sort of spiritual transformation. I think I think the dreams that then or nightmares, whatever you call it, in the dark room that she's having right now is sort of a spiritual representation of what she's going through or gone through. Um, these past few years from childhood all the way to the present. And what's interesting is that there's, if you've been seeing these past few episodes, there's been a lot of notes, documents, what have you, from the hospital to like the journal entries as well as too. I think that's sort of sort of a collective of whatever she's gone through in the real world, um, is sort of a spiritual reflection of in the dark realm in a sort of sense. So that's what I'm gathering at right now. What's going on with Hinako, with the way she's dealing with the bullying and some of the mental issues she's been dealing, as well as some of her friends as well too, whether it's bullying or harassment, whatever the case may be. You know, the jealous, the the jealous nature of Rinko when it comes to what else is his name? Shu. There we go, Shu. So I think this is what this game is all about: is how Hinako is dealing. I don't remember that light. How Hinako is dealing everything mentally, and it's everything's put into action to the dark realm, so to speak. So I think that's what the game is all about over here. But we're gonna see how the story develops. We still gotta find Shu. Um, just left Shu's house. That's where we're at. Now we're gonna head our way back to the to Hinako's house right there. And right after the last episode, my brother and I saw Predator Badlands, and I will say that is probably the third best film I've seen this year, right behind F1 and right behind Sin. Is a very enjoyable film. Uh, Dan Trachtenberg followed up Prey and Predator Killer of Killers very well with that particular game, that movie. I mean, we've played a lot of video games, and there's a lot of books where the Predator is a protagonist, usually a good guy or whatever the case may be in some stories. But the way it was executed, the way it was drawn out with Demetrius Schuster, Kwanalinga, I think that's his last name, but Schuster, it was an amazing movie. I couldn't find any faults in that film. The way the character development was, particularly with Deck, and the way the yacht culture was represented in that movie. Is that a bad? Her chemistry with I like the axe. I like the crowbar. I'll keep the sledgehammer. We're fine for now. Let me save here. But yeah, just the character development as a whole, very great film. I would tie it with Prey. Actually, all Dan Trachtenberg's Predator films have been really good. So it's a three-way tie between that, Killer of Killers, and Prey. I would definitely watch that movie for sure. I mean, the movie was estimated to make some 25 to 30 million bucks, but because of word of mouth of how good the movie was, it made 40 million. So that is a great accomplishment on its own. And I think it's uh, the highest grossing Predator movie for an opening weekend as well. That's a great and amazing feature, and I can't wait to see what Dan Trachtenberg can do with the the rest of the Predator franchise. The rumor in the direction that he's heading to is that there's going to be another Alien versus Predator movie, and obviously you would have to make the Predator the protagonist again. And I'm hoping we also get to see Deck as well. What's that? That didn't sound good. And hopefully we get to see Deck again in some capacity. But yeah, that's my 2 cents. Definitely a great film, very enjoyable. You will definitely root for Deck. The dialogue between Deck and Thea, who's played by Al Fanning, Al Fanning. Um, the chemistry was really good over there too, and just understanding like the emotional capacity that Deck displays based on what happens at the beginning of the movie. Fantastic, fantastic character development. Next movie I'm going to be watching is The Running Man with Glenn Powell. So, a remake of the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger from the late 80s. Looking forward to see how that movie turns out. I'm also excited for Where Winds Meet, a wuxia style third person action movie, movie game. Very excited. It's free to play. I mean, the pre-order for the PS5 is 14.99, but that's for the cosmetics and such to get a head start on that. Now, let me go back to the shrine real quick. I also got some things lined up for me in these next couple of weeks. It's going to be very important to see how things turn out these next few weeks for me. But depending on when that happens, um, keep that. Or stamina. I'll leave it off now. Let me save again. Record. So I'm going to keep the bat. Uh, that's where I came from. Never mind. Oh, what are you? Okay, let's fight. This is blocked out. Let's keep on going. This is clinical trial. I began taking this medicine out of desperation. My first impression was that it smells of peaches and is faintly sweet. After taking it before bed for the past 3 nights, I had my first lucid dream. For the whole night, I was able to organize my thoughts in a pleasant darkness. Was this what the tales meant when they said the drug allows you to speak with your inner self? I've heard that taking vitamin B6 makes it easier to remember dreams. However, I'm sure its effectiveness depends on factors like dosage and body composition. At any rate, this has been a letdown so far. Interesting. Oh, you.
Stop trying to manipulate me.
Oh, you suck. What is this? Yep, I already know about that. Nurse tech, I already know about that. About that.
Not good. This won't last much longer.
want to use that. Oh, gotta get rid of one thing.
Now I can fight back.
Whoa, hold on a second. Gotcha. Sorry, my bad. So, like I was saying, in the Where Winds Meet, it's a multiplayer game. I'm concerned how we could play the story mode in there when it comes to multiplayer. But one of the things that's perfect dodge will become easier to play. Okay, later on. It takes place in a fictional part of China, a very huge open world game. But somewhere in the middle of the region is a really big city. I forgot what the name of it was called. It's basically like where all the players congregate, all the NPCs do where they work or. Oh no, I'm not going for that. Where pretty much a lot of stuff goes on in this city. You're talking about not just shopping, but some activities like gambling. Uh, there's a bit of like wrestling in there as well too. And a lot of side activities, whether it's by yourself or with others. I mean, we're talking a lot of stuff, and there's over 10,000 NPCs in that particular city. Oh, excuse me. So I'm looking forward to seeing how much activity there is in that particular city. And not, I mean, the game's is stated to have over 150 hours worth of story content. Oh, you right there. And we're probably gonna be playing that game for a while. I've already figured out which weapons I'm gonna possess. You can possess up to three weapons. Oh, hold on, that thing is. Wait. Oh, this tentacle's just upon me. I'm not trying. The only concern I have about the Where Winds Meet is if how the story co-op will be. I've been reading mixed things where you can have us the co-op, the story mode play together with three other players. Um, you can, and I understand that there are certain sections you have to do by yourself, but it should. I mean, and that's one of the things I'm looking forward to. There's even side quests where you can't complete it by yourself. You have to complete it with other players. I've released one other online player as well too. The seven weapons, like the weapons I'm thinking of having is the main. Basically, you start off with a sword, but then there's other weapons like a dual sword, the spear. There's like a heavy sword of some sort. I forgot what it's called. There's the umbrella. There's a fan, and there's a rope dart. So, and then you can equip any of those two with your third weapon being a ranged weapon, whether it's a big shrine, whether it's a bow and arrow or crossbow. I think that's what it is.
This is the oldest Oinari-sama in town.
And there it is. Psycho says that the customer put on Mogami faith. During the course of history, it somehow fused with the Inari faith, making it a special religious view of Ebisugaoka. The only shrine in town, Senitsugi Shrine, was, as its name suggests, worshipping a thousand-year cedar as its divine tree. After living the sea 1,000 years, it was praised as divine. And then, once the divine tree turned to ash, it was time to worship the next oldest thing. Sakako reckons that it just so happened to be the moss-covered Inari statue. Oh, here it is. Nice. Those statues act as memorials for old and broken tools. It's okay to take these tools for your own Kishu. Hmm. Action that's considered virtuous. It's a teaching of Inari-sama to make the most out of tools anyway. Okay. Strict mother's letter. Good morning, my handsome boy. You are different from these delinquents who run around town. You have noble blood running through your veins. Of course, every child must play in order to grow, but I simply ask that you choose wisely who you play with. You must think of me as awfully overbearing, but please respect my wishes while you are still young. For when you are grown up, you will be free to do as you please. Okay. And this water specifically for washing and cleansing all dirty things. There's a lot of mosquitoes floating around at my job a couple of days ago. I think I got bit by a couple. I feel one on the back of my neck on the left side. Oh, shits. Oh, and they also released the first full trailer of the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Brie Larson as Rosalina. I mean, I'm not surprised because she's a diehard gamer, but I'm really shocked that they got Benny Safdie, who is the director of Uncut Gems, uh, The Smashing Machine. He also starred in Oppenheimer. Sorry, he also he also signed. He also played as Edward Teller in Oppenheimer as well too. But they got him to voice Bowser Jr. And when I first heard what Bowser Jr. sounds like, he sounds. I would say he would sound just as good, maybe a little bit better than. I think Nancy Cartwright was the. Oh Lord, was the. There we go. Was the voice actor for Bowser Jr. in the games, but I'm really shocked. That's a really good choice after what I heard. Stay dead. But the one thing that they didn't show, and oh, another one where stay dead, stay dead. All right, but yeah, like I said, the one thing
This won't last much longer.
that's cool. Yeah, the one thing that they didn't show in the new trailer that oh my God, was if you recall how what the post credit scene was in the Super Mario Brothers movie was they didn't show Yoshi, at least not yet. So Yoshi is going to be play a big factor, a huge role in the upcoming Super Mario Galaxy movie, and they already released some promotional materials. Like they have Pillsbury just released the cookie dough in the shape of Yoshi eggs, or design in the shape of Yoshi eggs, I should say. And Yoshi looks pretty accurate for the most part. Well, I mean, obviously expected considering that it's an animated movie from Illumination Studios, but very, very accurate. So when they release another trailer as we get closer to the movie release, I'm pretty sure we'll see a lot of Yoshi in action. And that's gonna, like I said, that'll play a huge part. And I think that's where the emotional portion of the movie will play into. So just wait and see what happens. Okay, heading to an area. Let's see here.
Even the town? I need to hurry home. Now I can fight back.
So much pink.
Wait, this place is still untouched?
Whoa.
Blood! He's bleeding! Somebody! Help! I'll go get a grown-up!
Calm down. It's just scared. That's all. It's okay. No need to be afraid. You alright? That's a lot of blood. Gotta get you fixed up.
Thanks.
Are you alright? How dare it bite kids? Beat that thing to death!
I'm Kotoyuki. What's your name?
I'm Hinako. Shimizu Hinako.
I didn't even remember that.
Oh. I think that's the park I used to play at a lot when I was little. I feel like all my memories of fun times and hard times took place here. Playing house with girls and playing dodgeballs with boys. But kids will tell you that it's weird for girls to play with boys. They told me they wouldn't let me play because I hung out with the boys. I remember that moment of rejection and denial crystal clear in my head. Why do Showa kids try so hard to keep boys and girls so clearly separated? Is it truly such an awful thing to be a part of both groups? I know it's sudden, but I'm moving. I won't ever forget you, Hinako. Thank you for saving me. Kotoyuki.
Why would someone put this here?
They were unconscious when found. No signs of breathing. This is Hanasho rescue teammate. Copy that. Hanasho HQ, out. Approximately 10 bodies on the ground. We'll check their conditions and report. Over.
Red capsules. I wonder if they were playing that imaginary sci-fi shooting game that Hinako and Shu were playing back then. I wonder if that was I wonder if that was what it was. Too bad you can't do that. need to find a shrine. Can't tell where that was coming from at the time. Inventory management's a bitch in here. I need a shrine. I need to donate this stuff. I can get that. It's not yet. Check my letter. Good morning, my handsome boy. I know it's a little sudden, but we shall be moving tomorrow. I have already notified your school teacher, so just make sure to say goodbye to all your friends. I shall tell you everything at home. Hey.
My town. It's nothing but a hive of monsters now.
Let me save. Went through a lot. Good morning, my handsome boy. Even if you find yourself poor of pocket, you must never let yourself become poor of heart. You mustn't forget that you have inherited your father's noble blood. You must study hard and learn to be a gentleman. Do not think of yourself as a little boy, for you are simply a tiny adult waiting to grow. There will come a day when your father shall require your help. Mark my words. What am I talking about? I didn't realize how heavy that crowbar was. She uses a lot of stamina. And also, was it last Saturday? Um, my friends and I went to the Cheesecake Factory to celebrate one of my friends' birthdays. Um, I had the. I've never had their prime rib. I usually have their steak Diane, but I had their prime rib, which is pretty decent. And my friend had his had like some sort of barbecue bacon cheeseburger. I think it was. That looked pretty good. Um, my other friend had had she had some sort of lettuce wrap with chicken on it and some bean sprouts. Pretty good stuff. It's like three big, huge romaine lettuce with a lot of chicken, a good amount of bean sprouts, and I think there's a couple other vegetables in there too, with some sort of peanut Asian sauce of some sort. And their kids, one of them had the flatbread pizza, pepperoni, and their daughter had the spaghetti with the big meatball. Both of them children style. And we also for appetizers we also had the what does that say? Let's fight.
I'm not going to become one of you!
There's one else scream again. I forgot which does which. Which one is the max sanity? Max sanity, divine water. But yeah, so back at the Cheesecake Factory, what amazed me about what we when we're eating is that their son was more interested in eating, trying on the lettuce wraps that that their mom, my friend, had, and he was actually eating that pretty well. He loved that more than the flatbread pizza. Then we had our cheesecake. What even more surprised me is that we had some of our food to go. Well, he also liked the cheeseburger egg rolls and the nachos that we had for appetizers. But what amazed me even more is that he didn't want any cheesecake. I got some sort of peaches raspberry twist cheesecake, and it wasn't too sweet. It was a peach flavored cheesecake with raspberry 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 sauce raspberry drizzle over it. and my friend had the s'mores cheesecake. The s'mores cheesecake is good. Cheesecake is good, but the chocolate portion, as you get closer to the base of the crust of the back portion of the cheesecake, is really the chocolate is really rich. And then afterwards, we kind of walked around town a bit. I mean, it was pretty busy for a Saturday. So excuse me. And after walk, we had to walk, pretty much walk off what we eat for the most part. I mean, we were pretty stuffed. The cheesecake made us stuffed even more so. So that's what it was. As we were walking down, we stopped by Starbucks, and my friend got her son a hot chocolate and their daughter a cake pop. And then we were playing. The kids were playing this little.
Partner.
And then there was this little, I guess, little playground set, like two-piece playground apparatus set. And I was, I was watching them both while both of my friends were, their parents, that is, were at some sunglass shop nearby. And at one point, some random kid took the daughter's cake pop after she took a few bites. And then, like, the way it happened was I was looking at, oh, who's that? Footsteps. Hang on a second, real quick. Sorry, my phone's about to die. But like I was just saying, there's some random little kid. It was by accident where he took my friend's daughter's cake pop after she took a few bites. And she sort of like went up to him and said, "Hey, my cake pop! Give me back my cake pop." She was looking at me, and so she was almost about to cry, but not really. Ooh, sickle. Let me replace that with this. Sickle's pretty powerful in its own right. House. Oh, you. Great, I gotta wait for a moment until those weird tentacles die out. Well, I like the way she just said, "Hey, my cake pop! Give me back my cake pop!" She's like, "I want my cake pop back." Like she was asking me to grab it back. Ah, I'm gonna use that toolkit definitely for that crowbar. Oh, that's fine. You win some and you lose some. Oh, there's two of you. Good lord. Oh. Oh, let's fight, guys. Come on, I'm right here. Gotcha. Let me save, just to play it safe. Deal with those units again. Let's grab him for a moment.
This place is crawling with monsters. I need to get home.
Good Lord, that was a rough sequence. Research notes on Kakumakakura. There exists a wondrous medicine that a Bateran missionary said to have brought to Nagasaki during the Tensho era, circa 1588 AD. It was a drug used during mediation by individuals to speak with their inner selves. It is said that through the power of this medicine, individuals become able to delve into their innermost selves. Everyone possesses an inner you, and inside that inner you is another inner you, and inside that inner you, that this endlessly repeating chain was named Kakura Makakura, a term from an old Nagasaki dialect referring to nesting structures. Oh, excuse me. Bit of a wash. Okay, I'll take that. Shoes leaving the trail of these red capsules. Something. double checking. It looks like we've explored almost everything in Ebisugaoka. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that was quick. Probably because I had the axe.
It's got my home too.
Let's keep going. You son of a bitch. Alright, we're about to end the episode pretty soon. We're on first.
What's going on? The holes, the doors, everything's changed. Why is... Hello?
Is it the Shimizu household? Hello! This is Okamoto Fisheries. Thank you for your continued...
Hello?
Alright, we're gonna stop over here. We finally got We're finally back inside the house, but I think this is the first time we actually get to explore the Shimizu residence. So I think we have one, at the most, two more episodes to go before I completely wrap up this entire spectacular playthrough double feature. I know it's been pretty lengthy, but because of what's been going on at work and certain things I have to been taking care of, I've been just very busy with that. But I will wrap this up pretty soon. Stay tuned for episode 10, and I'll see you guys much later, okay? See you guys later.